Hello everybody and welcome back to Action on Gamers. Today is a very special day for me because Tales of Symphonia has its 10-year anniversary, and today the European version of Tales of Symphonia Chronicles was released. So I picked up this collector's edition here, and today I'm gonna talk about some of my memories with Tales of Symphonia, but also unbox this collector's edition. So let's get to it. So it's already been 10 years, I can't believe it. My first experience with Tales of Symphonia was on the Gamecube, the American version. I live in the PAL region, so I had to import that. Actually, a friend of mine did. We saw the intro for the game, actually Japanese intro for the game on the disc we had, which was full of E3 trailers from the last year, so it should have been back in 2004 or if it was 2003, I can't remember, but it was really cool, and we watched that intro over and over until we finally got this game and it arrived. We played it for several days, non-stop, and it was really awesome. A cool thing about the Tales games is whenever you beat them, you can go for New Game Plus and play through the whole game again with extra features and keep some of the stuff that you collected the first playthrough. So as soon as we beat Tales of Symphonia, we went through it another time. Had a blast. It was just as fun the second time around. I quickly became a huge Tales of fan, and the same Christmas I got this. It's the Japanese Gamecube version. It's pretty much the same game. It's in Japanese obviously, and the voice actors are different. The skits, if you're familiar with them in the Tales series, are voiced in the Japanese version, and that was really nice. It's also able to play in progressive scan mode, which they removed from the American version. I really don't know why, but that's cool in the Japanese version. Later on, the game was ported to PlayStation 2 with a lot of new features. It had new moves, new costumes and all that kind of stuff. It was really nice. The game suffered a low frame rate of 30 instead of 60 in the Gamecube version, but the new features kinda was worth it in my opinion, but it's hard to say which version is the best one, because as you might notice, every single one has something that the other don't have, so that's really cool with Tales of Symphonia. Finally, the game was released in Europe. Although we already had the game and beaten it twice, it was not something we bought at that time, but I picked it up at a later time, just for my collection. What's different with this version is that it plays only in 50 Hz, which sucks because it's a lot slower. Although they added 3 new fonts for the text, and it looks really cool. So on to the PlayStation remake here. It's Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2 on a single Blu-ray with the new HD graphics, all the new content from the PlayStation 2 version, but even more so I think. And obviously we have the progressive scan mode from the Japanese Gamecube version, since it's in HD. The fonts from the PAL Gamecube version should be in there as well. It would be cool to see, but I definitely think so. So is this the definite version of the game? I definitely think so. Although the frame rate should be closer to the PlayStation 2 version than the Gamecube version, so it's around 30 somewhere and not 60, and that's too bad. Although I haven't played it for myself yet, so I gotta see that first. Mario is coming over here tonight, and together with Emilia we're gonna co-op the game and play it all weekend. It's gonna be so awesome. Also, as I mentioned before, the Blu-ray also contains the sequel to the game, Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. This is a game that I've always been curious about because I played it in Japanese. I borrowed it from a friend when it got released, and I had fun with it, but I couldn't really get into it. I bought it, as you see, in English later on, but I never finished it, so that's gonna be really cool to do on the PlayStation 3. So on to the unboxing. As I can already see here, the box have really nice art made by UFO Table, a studio who made the anime of Tales of Symphonia. Now that I removed the plastic, I can see that the slipcover only contains the logo for the game, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, and the back side. So all the UFO table art are on the box here, and you can see it nice and clearly after removing the slipcover. There's this really nice art of the Symphonia 1 characters. Oh, of course, and on the back we have the crew from Symphonia 2. That's awesome. Oh, and also, if you can put the slipcover back on the other side of the box, you get this new cover with the Symphonia 2 characters. And the logo fits really nicely down here. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, it's a really nice looking box, but let's see what's inside. First off, we have... yeah, this is the manual for the game, and look at this awesome cover art. It's also on the game as well, so looking forward to see that. Also here we have this book, which has a really nice cover art with all the characters from Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2. I can already see here that Emil from Symphonia 2 wears another outfit, so this might be a sequel to the sequel. Or maybe it's a prequel, I don't know, but definitely gonna read this later. And of course we have the game here. As I mentioned before, the cover art for the game is really nice. We have the whole team from both Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2 here, which looks really awesome. As for the inside, whoa! Oh shit, yeah, we have 3 discs here with the game and yeah, the soundtrack for Symphonia 1 and Symphonia 2. That's awesome. It also seems we have the track list for the music CDs on the back side of the cover art, so that's really nice. Last up is the figurines. It's figurines of the protagonists from the first game, but also protagonists of the second game. As you can see, you have to build them yourself, but I'm gonna do that and put it in the video so you'll see how they look. I also have figurines like this from before for other Tales games that I got earlier. Leon from Destiny, Haskell from Graces, Jude from Exilia, and also Yuri from Hesperia, of course. Before we wrap this up, I want to show you something really cool. It's a poster that I got signed by Hideo Baba-san, the producer for the Tales series nowadays. I met him last summer at the convention NavCon, and it was really cool to meet him in person. He's a really nice guy. I mentioned that I liked the cover art for the game really much, and yeah, it's the same art here, so this has been hanging on my wall for a really long time now, and I don't think I'm gonna put it down anytime soon. It's a really nice looking poster, and also have the Xillia cover art here as well. So yeah, that's the collector's edition of Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, guys. It's a really nice addition to my Tales collection, but also a really nice game to play, and I'm gonna play it as soon as possible. And you should too, so pick it up, and until next time, get gaming.